All right, there. So let's get into the action, and we're going to see the reset of EVO 2024 Grand Finals. We had Punk, who was in winners, with Cammy, and the reset was by BigBird using Rashid. Marissa was not in the mix of characters at all. So let's take a look here and see what is going on. We're going to do a very light commentary. It's going to be more analysis of what's going on the screen more than anything else.
Atcha for BigBird to send us to the final set of Evolution.
Come on, man. You know, I can't even get mad for real. BigBird fans, he deserves it.
Oh boy, this USA crowd is going mild here.
So the first thing we saw Punk put out was Cammy's standing short, okay? And that's her jab, because number one, it's got a great hitbox on it. It goes decently far. Number two, it's fast. So what he does is he fishes with that. He fishes and he goes 1, 2, 3, and then he closes the gap. He'll either drive rush in or he'll do a spiral arrow. Now, he'll probably drive rush in because he has a full drive gauge bar to work with. So the first thing we see immediately right out the gate is a jab. Now, BigBird knows this, right? And that's one of the reasons why he is not progressing forward. Because he knew he'd be out of range of the jab or getting caught by a normal. Well, maybe except for roundhouse. But he responds by throwing out a whirlwind shot. He responds by throwing out a mini tornado. And that's when we have Punk here receiving, blocking that with the parry. Okay, low forward with Cammy to air juggle combo. So BigBird right there, you can see trying to press a button, trying to press a button, and he gets the punish counter on that. So Punk, it's still his turn. He juggled Rashid into the corner. And he's shimmying back and forth because he knows BigBird obviously once out of the corner. Rashid is a very full screen aerial moving character, and is tied down. He's locked down the corner. He's shimmying back and forth to try to either catch him just like that, just like it says on the screen, on counter hit there, or he's trying to figure out, okay, I would have stepped back far enough to try to do an anti-air if Rashid is going to do that. But the issue with Rashid also is that because he is so unbelievably agile, he can get out of corners with jumping off. I think he jumped off the wall, or he did a tornado to get off the wall. I'll try to watch it again. He did a throw. No, he just jumped out. He just jumped out and did a cross up, because he can jump on little tornadoes and things like that. So but he didn't. He just jumped out and got a cross up, and Punk was hitting a button at the time, and that's why it says counter hit right there. So.
No, and he misses the cross cut. He gets counter hit reset on the jump in.
He's keeping the juggle going.
Very convincingly, by the way.
Yeah, 3-0 for winners finals.
We'll trade there.
Final reset. So now, see if it stays that way, or if we get a tighter set.
Everybody's bars are, in a detrimental spot right now. Okay, so he knows too that it was okay for him to risk spending the DI on Punk, because Punk, his bars were so unbelievably low. He almost burnt out spending that drive impact to risk burning Punk out He then has Yasar, which even if it's blocked, does a tremendous amount of chip damage. He can hide in Yasar Tornado and try to do any kind of mix-up. He'll probably go for a crouching light kick, and then he'll go for an overhead. Or he'll do shimmy into throw. Or at this point, he has access to another bar. He could try to do a DI. He would burn himself out, but it doesn't even matter because Punk is in a very, very difficult spot here, and he has a huge amount of bar left for him to try to heal back.
I think you just tip him here.
So, spinning mixer, he tried to go for the overhead, and it was the cooldown of him trying to go for that overhead, the negative and unsafe frames that Punk ends up accessing his level 1 spiral arrow special and gets the win. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he has a tiny little bit of bar left.
He's gonna try to chip him.
Yeah, he's trying to chip him out.
He got him again.
It looked like he was trying to do another spinning mixer, not a spinning mixer, a tornado there.
Chip is a big problem. He got him. It's a kill. He's gonna try to chip him. Chip is a big problem. He got him again.
Yeah, he caught him again on cooldown.
I want to break this table.
Now, what I think is really fantastic about this, the fact is that these two guys, realistically, Capcom Cup 10 or previous Capcom Cups in 5 also were probably, realistically, the biggest and most prestigious stage for them as competitors would be the Capcom Cup finals. But this stage right here has the biggest audience, and they have all those people behind them, and in the past, even more people, you know what I mean, with how everything worked out. But realistically, a huge number of people, right? And look, there's a lot of things going on the screen. We're seeing two guys playing for the number 1 spot, and it's a prestigious title. They're not nervous. They've got thousands of people behind them, and they're having the time of their life. They're smiling. It's reset. Punk, is in a little bit of a scary spot here. BigBird got a reset on Punk. You have two friends that are just playing Street Fighter, and they're having a good time. And they're going, wow, I can't even believe I did that. And wow, I can't even believe that that he caught that, or that I, happened to make a bad call there. And they're having a great time. This is an honest and genuine open moment right here in an intense time in the bracket, or not the bracket, in the game. Which I was watching this on the Jumbotron and going, I was really happy, but at the same time I was in shock because of how serious and how much was on the line. And you just had two friends, and they're just having the time of their life. It was really refreshing, to be honest. It was really nice to see.
Oh,
I want to break this table.
God.
So you see, right there, BigBird's going, all right, okay, time to settle down. I got to freaking reel this back in. Let's go.
He stays alive.
And you know what? I'll tell you something else too. There is nothing wrong with chewing gum at these events. There is nothing wrong with that. If you want to chew gum, if you want to do whatever, do it. Cuz there are people that chewing gum helps to concentrate, helps to bring focus. And some people grind their teeth, and they need something because they're clenching their teeth so much, and then afterwards their mouth hurts. Who cares? I mean, he's not blowing humongous bubbles and causing a giant distraction to his competitor, which really, at the end of the day, is the only person that it really should matter. Is if Punk is distracted, it's no big deal, in my opinion. I think it's completely fine.
He stays alive.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this should be Punk 1 here, and BigBird 0 on
I'm so
reset.
sorry, okay?
I'm fine. My arm's okay.
I don't got nails like Steve.
No,
I'm too nervous. I'll bite them off.
I trained for this.
Okay. It must have been the guava.
All right, so I'm seeing right now too. This is, for Punk's side, it's a little bit of an aggressive start. He was going for OD cannon strikes, the dive kicks, burning up some meter with that. He's trying to get an opening on Rashid. Now, BigBird is fighting back, but he's not utilizing his bars as much as Punk is. Punk is already at 2.5 bars, which is a little bit of a danger zone. You don't want to ever go necessarily below 3 unless you think that you're able to really utilize those bars and close it out. Okay, so low forward to Eagle Spike. Eagle Spike forces Cammy into the corner. It's an unbelievable carry.
Nice. He gets the throw.
Yep, gets the confirm with the cannon strike.
He did the old combo. I think maybe out of muscle memory or something.
Combo to Mixter.
Oh, big hit. No cancel. His drive gauge was low, so I don't think he wanted to commit. Nice. Missed the anti-air there. I think he tried
Strike
to
the spiral arrow.
Sweet, possibly. Oh.
Okay, now Punk's saying, okay, it's my turn. You're stuck in the corner now.
Oh, that's a punish. He got
Nice
inside.
block on
With a
the
little
spike again.
hesitant on it. Trade.
All day.
So people are now, what everybody's trying to do is, they're throwing out some of their safer buttons, because they're literally reaching for a confirm, and they're reaching for just a fast move, because they know if they set out anything that's got a larger startup or a bigger cooldown, they could lose. So they're literally getting counter hits at this point against each other, and the trade is chipping away damage on both sides. Now Cammy once again is close to chipping out. She has a fraction of life more than Rashid does. Both characters are in a very difficult position.
Oh, not enough to kill Punk. One chance. He's
Okay, we're going for the throw loop,
on the board.
and that's it. So now we're seeing, which it's totally understandable. That's nerves right there. So Punk's, he's full of adrenaline. He's a little shaky. There's nothing wrong with that.
He needed that game for sure.
Oh yeah, I think we needed that game.
Oh, that was the second round. Okay, never mind. That was the second round. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now we're at 1. Okay, so now real quick, we've been stopping it so much. Okay, so the emotions have changed. This isn't funny anymore.
Needed that game.
BigBird's going, wow, okay, I got to really settle down. This isn't funny. I could risk losing it all. Punk's going, holy crap, I can't believe I just got that. He's trying to settle down, and we're going to start up the next game.
Oh yeah. That other
Low
set,
forward
it
again
counts.
to a,
This is when it matters the
blocked
most.
combo.
Nice. Wow, I can't believe they got range like that, but we'll take.
Fierce punch, spiral arrow, cannon spike combo,
Oh, DP.
anti-air with the cannon spike. And that just shows you how on it Punk is right now. Now, the funny thing is, this is a complete recall from what happened in the first round. In the first round, Punk pushed and carried Rashid into the corner. And if you remember, he was dancing back and forth and back and forth. Rashid was able to get the cross up on Punk and get the damage, and then they were both going back and forth. This time, Punk was walking back far enough and was catching Rashid with the anti-airs and still locking him down in the corner. This is a very, very, very difficult situation for BigBird to be in, because he's down to his last third. even though he still has enough bars, which is really good. But Punk is working on almost 100% health right now.
Yeah, this looks like Punk. Double rush, level 1.
Fantastic drive rush combo into the level 1 spiral arrow level. And Punk does not care about burning himself out, again, because it's all about meter management. It's a meter killing combo, and it is a round ending combo. So when you have those two things and you put them together, it doesn't even matter because you're getting what you want, which is the win, right?
Kill here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
He gets it with a perfect. Wow.
That crowd
Oh, I remember what happens after this. That's right. Yeah.
is going wild, and there's no.
Okay, so what are we seeing here again? Big Bird is still very, very calm. He's very calm. He's very collected. We have a deep breath, and he just lets it out. You can tell he's concerned, but he's still really in control.
More smiles.
Let's go. Big Bird,
Okay, second round.
still got a
Little
chance to
check
life, of
there.
course.
There we go. He's going to catch those cooldown frames, the unsafe frames of the cannon strike.
Yeah, willing to take the throw, Punk to go.
And you know that was an OD cannon strike, so he used up the bars for that too.
Oh, late hit on the tornado. That actually gave a lot.
You know,
of
Cat caught her moving forward there with the crouching short.
the Big Bird to find his way in here. Okay.
And one thing too, you know, that we really see a lot, if you're not getting any mileage out of any type of normal that you're trying to do, highs, lows, over, you know, if you're trying to sneak in an overhead, if you're lucky enough to do it and someone doesn't catch the startup of it, you mix in a tick throw. And the throws in this game have a good chunk of damage to them. There's nothing unusual with seeing somebody trying to throw, going for a throw 3, 4, 5 times in a round. So you're going to see Big Bird at this point is going to be throwing out a whirlwind shot to keep the pressure up because the gap is too far for normals, right? So he's going to use this as a little bit of a shield.
More pressure. We got the lead. A very good one at
Follows
that.
behind it a little bit
Number
there.
2, almost available here for Big Bird.
Anti-air with a
Anti-air,
spinning
so free,
mixer.
and there it is.
And what's the mix-up going to be? Keeps the pressure up with Yasar. Tries to go for the overhead. You can see juggle with Yasar.
If he hits the combo,
OD
he doesn't
spinning
get the hard
mixer.
part. He's gonna get the kill.
19,
Perfect
26
right
hit,
back
26 hit
after.
combo. So we saw Punk with round 1 with an extremely strong, perfect round. And we saw an immediate callback of a perfect round by Big Bird.
That took a lot of life. For a guy that does multiple hits, you would think.
Okay. Drive rush, low forward. Cammy tries to go for the throw. Rashid was already shimmying. She gets caught. Punish counter time. You are open and susceptible to
That much damage.
the Eagle Spike.
Woo, that's heavy Eagle Spike.
And that's the crazy thing, you know, Eagle Spike tosses you right over into the corner there. It's one big hit, puts you all the way over to the wall, which if you're healthy or not healthy in this game, it's a detriment. You know, you get a DI. If you're in burnout, you get a stun. And if you're not in burnout, which Punk, you know, is completely fine. He almost has all of his bars. But if he gets DI'd, he's going to get a splat. And that's going to be massive damage for Big Bird because he has all his resources.
Safe jump after the whiff jab. Punk challenges thinking, well, you're going to bait my perfect parry, and that's what he went for.
Another throw, of course. Oh,
Okay, great confirm. You know, a really good meaty confirm there with the cannon strike. And what have we seen Punk doing this whole time? He's been getting tons of openings for pressure with his cannon strike. Yes, a cannon spike, cannon strike, yeah. And the amazing thing about it is he's not doing them up in the air. it shows how good of a Cammy player he is and his execution with how low Cammies can do their cannon strikes. If you can do them closer to the ground, it's a shorter distance, but also it's a lot faster and it's harder to react to.
Oh, we read it correctly this time.
Okay, so she does a spinning knuckle side switch there, and this is how aware BigBird is. Punk did this because he's trying to force BigBird into the corner, because that's what everybody's trying to do, is jockey for position in Street Fighter 6, right? Because we just said the corners are very important. He then goes for his aerial tornado moves. He goes, that's it. I'm going to, unfortunately, eat up a pile of bars, get myself the heck out of here, because he is trying to set me up for something, and my life is already going down, as in his bar system, right? So he goes, I am just going to try to get the heck out of here. And he does.
Oh.
Bam.
Walk under. No anti-air, no punish. Punk dashing in. BigBird, beautiful jab check as well.
Okay, goes for the throw.
Oh, again.
Strike. There we go. Side switch again. So Cammy, once again, Cammy's in control. She's more towards the center of the screen. And not only that, it's all this space in between the two. She knows that he can, try to do the cross up on his way out, but he could do the jump on the little tornado, and he can walk back a little bit further and anti-air him with a cannon spike.
Rock beats
Or an anti-air,
Oh.
Yeah, he got the cross up again. That's amazing. Yeah, because Punk walked forward.
He's jumped out of the corner so successfully. Punk has not found a lot of anti-airs.
Okay, starts up the combo with the crouching short.
Burn out there. Punk a little too far for the combo. That would have won him the game.
Nice anti-air with the cannon spike.
Both burnt. Chip is a big
Punk at this point, he doesn't even care. He's going, look, you know what? I'm close to being burnt out. I'm going to try to do it because I have a level 3. Now, Rashid does have access to a level 2, and it does have a lot of chip damage. But Punk has just enough life where that's not going to be an issue. He would have to really keep an eye on BigBird if BigBird is going to try to mix him up, which then would eat the rest of his life up, right, with Yasar. But he knows if he can keep the momentum going, if he can force BigBird into the corner, distance him off a little bit there, he can try to keep control of the situation again. And then essentially it's his game. You're sort of playing by his rules.
Two is so scary. If Rashid
okay, he doesn't have OD. So he does that low cannon strike, and he doesn't have the frames behind it, and the cooldown gets caught by the jab, and that's the punish counter there into the eagle spike.
He's gonna level 2.
There you go. So here's Yasar going for the side switch. Punk blocked in correctly. Closes it out with a spinning mixer.
The left, right switching sides on, and I'm not even your enemy. That's crazy.
Okay, so what do we have in here again? So we're seeing a strained face. Punk's going, I got it. And he's confident in that. He had a confident nod there. He goes, that was good, but BigBird, he's still tense. He's still tense.
And he was all in on that. He burnt himself out because he wanted to kill. The minute Rashid got space there, BigBird played it really, really well to get that clean mix.
Okay, fantastic aerial combo. That perfect parry was the first perfect parry that we saw in this reset. And really, I think the first parry we've seen, because I don't remember seeing any parries earlier than that. Now, everybody uses parries and everything, but we have to remember too that these guys had also been playing extremely strongly back and forth during Street Fighter V. There's a lot on the line. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of emotion. So they're probably, not thinking about parries at this moment of time. But we have a perfect parry here by BigBird. We know that perfect parries in this most recent patch had been adjusted a little bit. Actually, parries in general. If you do a regular parry, the cooldown of the regular parry is a little bit longer now because they don't want people to abuse it so much. But we have a perfect parry here, and the follow-up being the punish counter against Cammy is right now. So we have OD, Eagle Spike, and he juggles Cammy straight into the corner there.
Counter hit combo, BigBird. Lots of offense here.
Okay, that's it. Good check. Good check with the jab for the anti-air of Cammy on the way down.
Great for him.
He backdashed her grab. That moved his hurt box and himself a tiny bit back to the wall. She missed. He tries to go in to catch her unsafe and negative frames from that. But she uses her crouching jab, which is very, very, very fast. He wasn't quick enough to be able to punish her. And he tries to throw out something, but you get the trade and the counter hit on it. So let's see how Punk is. He's probably going to, well, obviously he's going to do a combo or sheets in the corner, but it's a combo starting off with a jab. He tried to link in the spiral arrow. He dropped it.
Crouching medium punch.
Here we go. So size of the dip. Nice challenge. He was anticipating the parry. What a choice.
And what are we seeing here? I mean, we're seeing some extremely advanced combos by Punk, right? He has some aerial combos that are unbelievable. The fact that he can do those low cannon strikes out of nothing and keep the pressure up with that is unbelievable. But we're seeing jab, 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 spiral arrow. I mean, that's something that anybody can do. Jab, 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 spiral arrow. And you know what? He's getting mileage out of it. He's getting good damage out of it. It's keeping pressure, and it's keeping Rashid in a state of concern. Jab, 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 spiral arrow. You don't have to be doing Socko combos all the time. Keep it simple. Close out the win. Get the win. You don't have to be doing freaking the Pythagorean theorem over here to try to get this. It's just about closing it out. You're closing out literally one of the most prestigious games in the whole world.
Hook the guard.
These finds for Punk are so important. This round was looking so bad for him. Whip punish. He's a little too far for the combo. Punk's still in this round because of it.
Okay, good blocking. Good blocking for Punk. We're seeing BigBird going for highs and lows. He's using some of his fastest buttons, but he's mixing in lows too because he's hoping to fish for a confirm. And right now, we're seeing the neutral being reset here between the two of them. And that's going to help BigBird because he's going to be able to get some of his bars back a little bit at this point.
Oh my. He didn't tech there. He hit that button 3 times in a row. Oh my.
Okay, Rashid's working his way over to the corner there with the juggle.
Level 2 wouldn't have killed.
Couldn't get a confirm. Keep up the pressure. Go for a tick throw.
Now one more guess for both of them. He backs off and hits the medium kick.
That's right. So, medium kick, unbelievable range. Rashid thought he let his guard down because he thought, okay, Punk's far enough away. The medium kick comes out, standing a neutral forward, standing forward. I guess standing strong is the medium punch or standing strong medium kick. But Punk gets it, right?
Oh my God, I want to scream so bad I can't.
I feel you. It's a long 3 days, these heroes.
You know. All right. Back established.
Okay, so Punk now has a level 3.
Oh, level 2 is available. Does not pop it.
Not yet. finish the job.
He wants a better knockdown, I think.
Exactly. Press the issue, one more little more screen.
And you know what? What else are we seeing here? Okay, we're seeing a lot of shimmying back and forth. That means everybody's dancing in and out of each other's danger zone, right? But in addition to that, we're not seeing anything that's, well, I was going to say, this looks like Punk's going for a throw here. That's not necessarily a good thing, but we'll pretend we don't we'll pretend we don't see that right now. They're being very cautious with their meter. Why? Because Punk knows if he closes out this round, he's got 2 games. He only needs 1 more, which technically is just 2 more rounds. That's it. He has 2 more rounds and he won the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. BigBird knows if he is careful with his meter and everything, he still has a solid 3 green bars and half of a fourth, that he can close out this round, and all he needs is 1 more, and he has 1 game on Punk, and he only needs 1 more game to win the biggest tournament in the world. So there's a lot going on in between these 2 characters right here. It's huge.
Control right, so to smother him with the tornado. There it is. No, not even.
Okay, and what do we have also? If you're playing against someone that knows if a string or a combo landed or is safe or unsafe, then they're going to know when to hit their reversal, their DP, their OD cannon spike, right? Because they're going to say either you're fishing with buttons and I know this isn't safe and I'm going to blow you up for it. Or they know that you're hitting things that aren't linking together or they don't link together. And then you're going to get popped for it. So that's what happened right there.
Out of the corner. Very important that
nice anti-air with the cannon spike. Both characters have a full level 3 ready to go. Both BigBird and Punk do have the same amount of life. Punk has a little bit of less drive bar usage for himself, but that can be, in the green pretty quickly.
Yeah, there it is.
Except he did it. To keep the juggle going, he did an anti-air cannon spike.
That jump over has been giving him a lot of problems.
Wailing at it.
A little bit traits on the ground there.
He's sitting on level 3, 1 whip punish.
Oh, he tried to check the...
Watch the toes on the drive rush. And BigBird at this point's going, I have to do something to turn everything in my favor because he knows this is the neutral game. And they both have they both have a third of life. They both have level 3s. And literally, this is BigBird laying all his cards down on the table at this point. He's going, I'm going to take my risk. I'm going to take my shot. And he goes in with the drive rush combo. And it looks here, he goes for the cannon spike. He gets the confirm on that and shoves Cammy in the corner.
Rush, but he met him in time. Level 2.
Level 2. What's the mix-up gonna be with this? Cammy's stuck in the corner now.
Time to guess. Don't DP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Punk went for the throw.
He challenges. That's counter hit. He gets medium punch here, which means the extra damage is going to get him.
And BigBird.
Which means the extra damage is going to get him.
Drive rush combo. Used the rest of his bars because he knew he could try to get the kill combo to close Punk out and ties the round.
The kill.
Had the ball just in case too, man. This is going back.
So what's the issue also with all of this? Well, the issue is that Punk still has a level 3. which is great. But at the end of the day, we never really saw BigBird utilizing his level 3 because BigBird is mostly utilizing his level 2 because of everything that he can get out of it. It's easier to reach a level 2 than it is to save all the way up to get the level 3 anyways. Being smart, BigBird can get a massive amount of damage and resets and everything else off of that level 2 than he would by risking the time that it would take him to reach the level 3 and then get the confirm into it.
Oh, if I can't call it no more. Oh.
Okay, he was trying to go for a meaty jump in. Punk said, absolutely forget it. I'm going to give you a strong anti-air cannon spike on the way out.
That's a huge sign that he's still looking sharp.
Yep. Wait, short turn. I'm loving this.
Nice aerial.
Save for BigBird.
Yeah, it's scary that he's so low on drive here. Punk can force burnout pretty quick. That's a big buffer. One more hit can do it for Punk. He dumps the level 3. Very close to killing, but not quite enough.
I agree.
Now,
make that count. Every hit counts from here on out, of course.
so the issue now is that combo probably did about 40%. Rashid has about 10% left. This is a big hill to climb. But the issue is, which is not an issue, but if Punk would have been at 25% and less, that would have killed. Because at that point, then Cammy has access to a critical art. And when you have your access to the critical art now, when Bison came in, when the Bison DLC came in, they added the feature that your health bar is going to start flashing. And that lets you know that you have a CA, a critical art, and you get the additional damage behind it. But with that also, it's also saying, hey, this person is low on health. Watch out. You know, watch out to the person you're low on health. Watch out to the person, hey, they're low on health. You know, try to win the round. This is an extremely fantastic position for Punk to be in. He's got, 5.5 bars. He's doing really well. Rashid is at a level 2, which is good, but it's a very, very, very big hill for him to climb.
Stay around house. Oh.
And he gets the
Low forward. Low forward drive rush, fierce punch. Closes it out.
Is one game away. Oh, it looks like he lost here.
So at this point there was a little bit of going, chatting back and forth and everything, and there are moments when headsets can get crackly. And that's all I'm going to say. There's moments when headsets can get crackly. Have I been to tournaments when the headsets, I've sat down and the headset is crackly? Yes, I have. And I'm not going to say which tournaments they are or anything else. But me personally, I always keep a backup headset. It's not this one. I have a pair of Razer headset that's just as big as those. It's like a massive headset, and I keep it in. It's one of the things I keep jammed in my backpack just in case. And it works on a regular headphone jack, and you could just plug it in and it works fantastically. Stuff like that, a backup headset, a backup controller, there's nothing wrong with using stuff like that. If there is some sort of an issue or crackly or a little bit of a malfunction, you can save yourself with that.
Up there, maybe the audio.
So we're gonna wait a minute. Okay, so and just to say, in addition, because blatantly this is what's going on what's going on the screen here. Punk's excited, but he's concerned about his headset, right? He's up 2-1, and here's BigBird, and BigBird's going, wow, I'm losing momentum here. And he's going, let's go. I want to keep the match going. But if there's something going on, there's a grace period and you can't. So, that's how it is. So, everybody kind of hangs out for a little bit. And BigBird at this point is going, I'm focused, I'm calm, I can do this, and he's just trying to keep his composure. I think he's doing a great job. And Punk's going, oh my gosh, where's the headset? Okay, here we go.
Evo.
Guys, make some noise, y'all. This is sick. Are you kidding me? We don't get to see this every day, ladies and gentlemen. Look at y'all. Look at the beautiful crowd. It's beautiful.
Okay, here we go. So we have 1-2. BigBird only needs 3 to win. Punk only needs 1.
Out here.
Here we go. Locked and loaded.
There you go. So that was a bad prediction. That was a bad read. Low forward for BigBird. And we have the cannon strike here for Cammy. And here we go. Here we go into juggle damage.
Punish counter dive kick. Potential final game of this event.
I like the delay of the caution.
Sweep. 2 negative. Okay, now granted, right? Punk's close enough. He's thinking, hey, you know what? I could try to catch him with a hard knockdown, get a mix-up on his wake-up, right? As a Vega player, we know, of course, because our slides are way more negative than anything that Cammy would have put out. But we know you can't just put those out. But I mean, he was close enough. He thought it was safe to do, but he got hit for it, and that was a meaty, heavy hit. So now Cammy's down. It's a hard knockdown. There it is, hard knockdown. And what's the mix-up going to be for Rashid?
Short too. Looking for the counter hit.
So he tries pushing her to the corner. This is how aggressive BigBird is. Now, the funny thing is that Punk's going, he's being too aggressive. He's taking too much of a risk. I'm just going to wake up with a literal OD uppercut. I'm going to spend the bars. And he has a fraction of a drive bar left up there. He's in a very dangerous spot. Of course, he's almost at 100% health, but still. And BigBird says, no way, because I don't know if he conditioned Punk to do that, but he baited it. And Cammy made the mistake. OD, cannon spike, and it was baited and blocked. And now Rashid is still running Cammy to the corner.
Oh, and he's out of
Gets the meaty confirm, closes it out with the eagle spike to shove her into the corner even more.
Burnout in his future.
Chip, chip, chip.
Heavy punch.
Confirmed to DI.
He shouldn't have the kill here,
This is
but
very
really
dangerous
bad
spot
start
for Punk to be in.
bad start, indeed. All right.
Now here's the thing. BigBird doesn't even care. He's blowing through his bar system. But the funny thing is this. Punk's down to his last 15%, right? BigBird's at about 80%, 85. He has 1 bar in his drive gauge. But he's thinking, I have to just close this out. I have Cammy in the corner. She's under a lot of pressure. And I have 1 bar left, and I have to make it work. I have to have this work out to close out this round.
Nice.
Okay, so Punk says, forget it. This time I'm going to OD, cannon spike my way out of here, and he catches BigBird and escapes, basically. Whiff throw.
Suddenly a very winnable round. They're both in burnout again. That's plus.
Uses his last bar on the drive gauge, drive rush there.
Plus again.
And now he's just trying to figure out a way to chip Punk out a little bit. It looks like we're going for a spiral arrow.
Okay, I thought he was going to mash it. Not yet. I like the counter poke. Oh.
And he catches Cammy with the level 1 Rashid kick, eagle spike. And that's the first one that we've seen, because he had been saving all of that for Yasar this whole time. But he knows that he's in burnout and Punk is out for blood. So he says, I'm going to spend it and that's it. He gets to confirm. Or if it was blocked, he would have gotten blasted out of the corner there for an escape.
Super Rashid kick. BigBird's one round away from sending us to a game 5 in our reset.
Oh, man.
Okay, neutral play here.
Right back.
Punk really fishing with that light punch again. Jab to, crouching short. And the first one he doesn't, continue anything with. But the second one, you can see the drive rush combo.
Action.
Tries to keep the pressure on. Great, response here with the OD spinning mixer.
One of the first ones we've seen from BigBird so far.
I mean, it's tough to do it on Punk considering he staggers so much, right?
Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of manually times, but he just waits to see what they're doing.
True.
Tries to get the meaty jump in.
So scary, man. The airborne
Cross up.
Yes. Uh-oh. Yes, let's activate the category.
Right. Yasaris on the screen.
No, he dashes in behind it.
Overhead for sure. Oh.
Now, we saw, I think that was 2 throws in a row. He's trying to condition Punk at this point.
The category.
1.
Oh, yeah. Gonna kick it in? No, he dashes
2.
behind it.
Overhead for sure.
See, he was waiting. And you heard him. You could hear him go, what? Like that. And that's where Punk catches him. Catches the startup frames.
Oh, what a mess up. Did he try
I think that was a startup. Let me see here. Well, of course, if he was making that noise, then that would have been a cool down. So, but I didn't see him whiff the throw.
Overhead for sure. Oh.
Oh, it looked like, no, he was trying to do an aerial mix up there.
What a mess up. Did he try to throw? He just jumped by mistake.
Yeah.
Sure, Punk saves the
He jumped by mistake. That's execution
3.
error.
And I think he wants to
Punk's
save
in
it for a
burnout
final round,
again.
but that could cost him.
Oh, man. Plus, Frank
Overhead.
saved the overhead on count.
Closes out the
So
jabs.
Definitely was supposed to be a technical. Now we are officially at the last game of the set. No way.
Our final game of Evo.
Now, the amazing thing about all of this is, okay, Punk's a lot more a somber here, right? But the funny thing is, whenever BigBird closes out a win on a set, visually, he looks very, it almost looks like he's thinking, to me, it looks like he's going that he almost barely lost it. And he's going, oh man, like that. Like he's almost a little bit frustrated. But really, he won. And it kind of, for me personally, it kind of throws me off a little bit going, wait a minute here. What happened in that round? And I kind of try to think back real quick. And I go, yeah, he won. But I think it's because of how seriously he's taking this and how much it's weighing on him and the stress of it and everything. And you can tell right here, he's trying to calm himself again. He shakes it off. He's trying to calm himself here, and he's getting ready for the next game because it's 2-2.
2024.
See, there he goes. Okay, and he's like, he got caught up in it for a second, and he took a breath, and he said, okay, and Punk is not having it. He's very somber and focused. But he realizes how much is on the line here and that he really has to try to buckle down to get this. There's a lot on the line.
Is about to begin to crown our new Street Fighter champion. And we rematch. We're in there, everybody. This is it. Last game of Evo.
Okay, catches Cammy with the OD spinning mixer. Drive rush on the way in.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Perfect for Punk. Gets that punish counter. Great meaty startup to the combo.
It's a big start, and he goes for the throw there. Drive gauge low from Punk.
Nice punish.
Couldn't get the confirm for the rest of the combo. Got a drop. Side switch.
Yeah.
He burns himself out. Level 1 available. He's going to try to put them both in burnout. not quite enough.
Yeah, not quite.
Knee block will do it. Yeah,
Okay, a little bit of trade there with the spiral arrow.
Dude, BigBird saved his drive gauge, and that might actually save him the round. Oh, Punk finds a hit. He did build level 1 in the bait.
That's right. You know, Punk with the quick backdash there into the standing forward, the standing medium kick, was able to close it out. So that was smart movement. That was a bait, and you know, Rashid fell for it. Punk got the confirm, closed it out. So this is tournament point.
Found a way.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. All right, it is. Nice block, BigBird. Right back at you, low forward drive rush. Allow me to have this dance with
So great combo here once again, and we see BigBird saying, "Okay, you know what? I gotta turn this around." So he's going to let Yassar loose.
Level 2. Are we gonna kick it? No, not yet. We want to be enhanced a little bit.
Punk's in the corner. He tries to go for the overhead. He sees that nothing's working. He knows Punk's already blocking. So instead of risking, okay, you know what, I'm going to go for the low. I tried to go for the overhead. He didn't take it, you know. And he said, okay, then I'm just going to go for the throw. Now, if he goes for the throw, Cammy's on knockdown. He can try to get a mix-up off of that.
Not bad.
Exactly. Try to jump out or a dive kick.
Does it confirm again?
That is lots of damage and a great setup here. Uh-oh, guess time.
Huge. So he gets a massive combo. I think that was like 16 hits or so. And then he gets a reset off of that. So here we go with massive damage yet again. And here we go with the throw.
The throw. One more good guess to do it here from BigBird.
Yo, BigBird's in. Fall on. Oh my God.
He is mauling
Going
the
for the
jump
tick
over.
throw once again.
Oh my God, he
Low
finds the hit.
forward.
Fine.
And gets it with a perfect. This is huge. So now what are we seeing? Well, we're seeing confidence here. We have a smile, you know, not a big one, but just, you know, a show of confidence here. And Punk's like, oh man, I can't even believe it. He's just in shock. He's very somber.
No game.
And then he doesn't put up with it. And then he just blinks. He's right back in it again.
Final round of Street Fighter 6 here at EVO.
Okay, we got some trades in the center. Counter hit because they both hit each other at the same time there.
Oh, who want to be the champ?
Dancing usually finds a hit just one.
And they're just both picking at each other, basically.
The jab check is good.
No one wants to do anything too risky because they know how much is on the line. BigBird does, you know, a little bit of a combo there. He throws Cammy into the corner. He doesn't want to do anything too crazy because his nerves are up. He's probably afraid he's going to drop something too. Cammy is now stuck in the corner a little bit.
Level 2 available.
He gets to set up for Yassar.
This is not a good start. You know what? At least he's healthy. This ain't bad. Just watch the parries. That's big.
Okay, he did the, you know, the command jump. Goes to throw Cammy again. Here comes Yassar. And what's the mix-up pressure going to be with Yassar and Rashid now both fighting against Cammy?
Damage.
He's about to get burned, but he parries it.
He goes for a throw again. So what we're seeing is BigBird's doing things that are unbelievably safe, right? And things that he has control of. They don't necessarily have a huge amount of damage, but they're things that are just, they add up over time and leave him in a very good position and positioning, right? He's far enough away. If he's afraid Punk's going to do an OD cannon spike or a cannon strike, right? And by doing this, Punk is down to 40%.
Punk is down 60%.
Or, I mean, he has 40% life. He's, yeah. Yeah,
need a
Sageham said it
forward
right.
drivers to get this started. Oh, no.
Okay, we got a meaty jump in, and Punk has a level 3.
Anti-air. That could be an Evo losing anti-air. Just like that, Punk.
One more hit.
Okay, we were doing that combo in the training room there. So Punk's doing things that he knows are safer and more controlled and things that he has, you know, really good damage, but that he knows he can land, right? and he did the cannon spike, but he didn't do an OD cannon spike. He did a regular one, and he didn't use his levels. Why? Because he's saving it. He's saving everything because he's trying to get Rashid down just enough, and that he has enough bars so that he can spend everything he has. He's going to go all in and try to eat up the rest of BigBird's health here.
Will do it.
There you go. Low forward, drive rush combo. He said, this is it. He goes, I know I can do it. He's going to combo to level 3, and that's going to be the end.
And there it is. Punk gets his retribution, his revenge. He is your
Good for him.
Fighter 6
And
Evo
BigBird's an
champion.
absolute shock. But he played a phenomenal game. He did really, really well. And really, they went back and forth the whole entire time. They went back and forth in regular grand finals, and they were head-to-head the whole time in the reset. And really, at the end of the day, this is what you want to see. You know, it's still competition, but it's fair. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Greg. Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate it. It's fair. Everybody's having a good time. It's still competition. And you know what? They both played fantastically.
After all those years, almost a decade ago, yes, he is the champion. 2017.
So this is when things start to settle in a little bit. And good for him. That's, fantastic. Fantastic for Punk.
What an incredible
Aw.
run.
He says, I love you, man.
He finally did it. You can say anything you want about this kid. He is an Evo champion, and you can never take that away from him.
Now let me tell you something real quick, CJ. There's been a lot of people talking out there. I ain't gonna say no names about, Punk is one of those guys, but does he belong in the Mount Rushmore? But let me tell you something. If this ain't considered a huge win in his career with all the wins that he got under his belt, then I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. This is Punk the God, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for your champion.
Yeah, good for him. He deserves it. He deserves it. Me personally, I remember Punk from Street Fighter 4 time. He was a 7th grade, 8th grade, kid. He was on that headset playing Street Fighter 4. He used to do open endless lobbies, and then you could go in there and sort of hear him talking, and and every rare once in a while, I would have these endless lobbies, and then I started streaming them. He'd hop in every once in a while, and he was very good even back then. And then he really started to take off. Grow up, school, everything else, and just did fantastically. Did fantastically. And the only thing I kept thinking was, Street Fighter 5, here he is sitting in the center of that arena with Takedo. And it was such a, stressful environment, people all around and everything. And he tried the best he could, but he got it here. He got it here, and he got the win. And that has to be, number one, absolutely a wonderful feeling. But number two, it's very full circle, and he deserves it. Good for him. I mean, he's got to be just over the moon with all of that. So, yeah, so very good. Very, very good there. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review of a Punk versus BigBird for the Evo reset analysis and light commentary on that. It was more analysis than anything else, but thank you so much.